So it's really wonderful that you're leading the charge in educating the world on nitric oxide, because it's clearly a really, really important molecule in the broader picture of our health. And the more we understand it, the more we ask questions about it and have curiosity about it, the higher the probability that we're going to be able to build some of these therapies that prevent us from ending up in a state, as we've seen in some of these graphs, where we're deficient in nitric oxide and then have to deal with the downstream consequences of that. So thank you for all the work that you're doing. It's really, really important. I'm going to ask you one final question, which is the question left by our previous guest.
Okay.
They don't know who they're leaving it for, and they write it into this diary. So the question that's been left for you is, are you happily or unhappily mated, and why?
Happily or unhappily mated. You know, one of my biggest challenges in life is maintaining balance, right? Because I've been so focused on, discovery and research and leaving a lasting legacy and making innovations and doing things in the scientific and medical community that many people said couldn't be done. And so the problem is there's always a deficiency. I've got young kids. I spend a lot of time away, and that's I'm happily mated, but there's deficiencies, right? Because again, my challenge is always maintaining balance, work, home life, kind of maintaining my spiritual, my it's mental, it's physical, and it's spiritual health.
Mhm.
I'm trying to do better at that now, but you can't. There's always sacrifice,
Mm.
right? And we just have to pick our sacrifices, and so I've got to choose to do better.
Yeah, everything has a trade-off, as many of
That's
my guests have
right.
told me. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for the work that you do. Where do people, if people want to find out more about you, if they want to read more, they should certainly get this book, which you've just released,
Yeah.
called The Secret of Nitric Oxide. Um, I'll link it below for anyone that wants to have a read of this book. I highly recommend you do, because it gives an even more comprehensive understanding of everything we've talked about today. And it's incredibly accessible, which is always critically important to
Yeah.
me. But if they want to find out more, if they want to understand the products that you sell and anything else, where do they go?
Well, obviously, I'm here to educate and inform on nitric oxide. This latest book, The Secret of Nitric Oxide, Bringing the Science to Life, really chronicles both my kind of journey through science and medicine, as you revealed, kind of my early years and kind of what motivated me to go in this space. But I think more importantly, it tells the story of nitric oxide, what it is, what led to a Nobel Prize for its discovery, what you can do to prevent the loss of this molecule.